Good evening, ladies. Sports Show on this New Year, not New Year's, NBA Draft Day. I messed it up. So I'm your host, Sean Stewart, along with my co-host, Mr. Anthony Paulus, and this show is being brought to you by No House Advantage. Sign up right now, new customers, and using promo code S4A to get an instant match deposit up to $100. So, of course, the Michigan Panthers surprisingly not only beat the Stars, but swept them. So they'll be facing the Pittsburgh Maulers on Saturday night at 8 on NBC and the Peacock Network. And then Sunday, it will be New Orleans and Birmingham. On Sunday, that'll be on Fox.
Let me say this about the Panthers. Let me just say this about the USFL. Happy the Panthers made the playoffs. They're a very defensive and special teams kind of a team, you know. If those things ain't working, they're probably not going to win. Let me say this. The USFL needs to fix that. It should be the division winners, and then after that, it should be the best remaining non-division champion winning teams. Because, you know, yeah, the Panthers made the playoffs. They got in on a tiebreaker technicality because they swept the Stars, but, okay, every team in the South had a better record. Every team in the South. So I don't mind, like, one division winner getting in, okay? But every team in the South was better. Every team in the South beat the brakes off the Panthers this season, other than Houston. But still, the Panthers probably shouldn't have got it in, but they got in. That's one thing I say. Next season, they got to fix. So, other than that, happy they got in. Now that, you know, they're going to be playing, you know, it's win or go home. You know, the offense, I'm not too worried about the defense. The defense has stepped up this year. Defense has played, other than one game, they've played pretty damn good this season. But offensively, I don't know what happened since, like, that first game, but they got to put up some points offensively. The quarterback play, wide receiver play, tight end play, you know, it's got to improve. I mean, they can't just rely on the running back to do his thing. They can't just rely on defense. I mean, the defense can hold the other team in check. But, I mean, if it wasn't for special teams play on this weekend, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Okay? Because Sunday, they had a punt block for a touchdown, kickoff returns that are 20 of the other team. You know, I mean, field position. You know, the defense and the special teams has been spot on this season. But offense, other than the running game, it's been lacking, and teams are just going 8-man box because they don't respect the Panthers' pass game. I wouldn't respect the Panthers' pass game either. So, on that note, we got games on Saturday and Sunday. You know, interesting matchups. Kind of shocked they got the Saturday matchup. I don't know why. It had to be because of ratings, because, I mean, they weren't the top seed. You know, think you'd want to give that Saturday game to the top seed to get them an extra day's worth of rest, but I guess not. So, is what it is. We'll play a Southern team on Sunday. Who do they play Sunday? Saturday? Sean?
So, Pittsburgh Maulers on Saturday.
So it's another game against a team they can't beat. So it's interdivisional. That's another thing I don't like about a 14. You know, it should be 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 at this point, and then roll with it. There's no need to go north-south with this thing And like I said, after the division winners, they should have took the next two best teams. I mean, I guess nothing's perfect, but it is what it is. So,
Right.
just my thoughts on that. Nice to see that the Panthers got in, even though they were like the sixth best team in the league. Anyways, maybe they'll shock us in the playoffs. So, you know, we're in the College World Series right now. Man, this College World Series has been super competitive. A lot of one run games, a lot of comebacks. I mean, this College World Series has been pretty damn good. And LSU and Wake Forest, the two teams that in the polls were basically number one all season, are battling it out tonight for that last spot in the championship series against Florida. So,
all right.
So, I mean, you got the eventual number one pick probably in this upcoming draft playing tonight in Dylan Cruz. So, I mean, college baseball, especially the College World Series, is always amazing, and it's kind of cool. I mean, it's on my bucket list to get to Omaha for a series. I'll get there eventually. I mean, the series to have gone to was a couple years ago when Michigan was one game away from winning the whole damn thing. But you got to remember, then, Michigan lost those last two games to two guys who were drafted in the top 11 in their MLB drafts. Jack Leiter was a top 3 overall pick, and Kumar Rocker, who was a top 11 pick. So I mean, in that aspect, I mean, it is what it is. That Michigan almost did their thing, but Vanderbilt was just a factory for baseball for those couple years, especially among pitching talent. It was just nuts. So, it is what it is. I mean, they got beat by the most talented team in the country. I mean, if they don't race up against those kind of pitchers, I mean, Michigan probably would have won the national title. But it is what it is. So, anyways, NBA draft tonight. Lots of trades happening already. My goodness. Last night, early this morning, however you want to call it, Celtics, Grizzlies.
Especially
man, getting Marcus Smart, Celtics getting, the center play that they've always wanted. Now they got him, they got Horford, they got Brown, they got Tatum. I mean, they need a 3, but I'll be honest, I think the 3 is the easiest position to get. I think it's harder to find a quality big. I mean, now the Celtics got inside talent. They got the outside. Now all they need is they can use some point guard maybe a little bit and some small forward kind of help, and they're good. The Celtics, and they got first-round picks out of this?
For next year.
Yeah, and this year.
It's like 23rd this year. This year's like 23rd.
25, but still.
25?
I mean, the Wizards got cap relief, I guess, if you want to call it, because they don't got to pay Porzingis $36 million. And they're getting a whole bunch of guys with like expiring contracts. I mean, they're going to suck. So they might as well just suck and clear a whole ton of cap. Maybe they can go and buy a bunch of guys and big 3 it or something. And the Grizzlies got a defensive guy that had more
Right.
defensive talent. I mean, Memphis has talent. I mean, there's no denying it. Talent and idiots. And that'll help. I mean, I think Memphis made out very nicely in this trade.
Especially for
So,
John Morant's situation.
and then the Wizards, I think, made out on the Chris Paul trade. They got rid of Chris Paul, who was 38 and was going to do nothing for this rebuild. And they get
Right.
Jordan Poole basically to replace Bradley Beal at the 2, if you think about it.
Right.
And they got 2 first. They got a first and a second. Granted, that first isn't until like 2030, but still. I mean, they traded Beal. They got whatever they got from Phoenix. I mean, I'll be honest with you. A, I don't know why they ever granted him a no-trade clause. B, the Suns won that trade, but the problem with the Suns making that trade is they got nobody inside, and they're going to be paying a crazy amount of luxury tax. Crazy luxury tax. Okay? So, I mean, just between their big 4 guys, I mean, plus whoever their 5th starter is, they're probably going to be paying like $180 million for 5. Then add the rest of them. In the end, they got a $200+ million roster for 12 guys. I mean, granted, it's not Manchester City, Manchester City money. I mean, who spent like $1.24 billion on their team.
Oh goodness!
But that's a roster of 26 guys plus, you're paying, your farm team and stuff. Then again, Manchester City's got crazy money. So, it is what it is. The Nuggets are making moves too. They made another trade today.
Yes,
they made a trade a couple weeks ago with Oklahoma City and got that first round pick from them, which is like the lowest of Oklahoma City's picks or Golden State's, whatever. It's kind of like a weird trade, but it's the lowest of whatever draft pick Oklahoma City has next year. And they have a bunch of them. Anyways, that was traded, and the 40th pick was traded today. And the Nuggets got the 29th pick in the draft and the 32nd pick in the draft. So the Nuggets are thinking we need to get some young, cheap talent, and maybe we can hit on one of these guys in exchange, because, you won the title, and Bruce Brown probably ain't coming back. He's going to make a lot more than 6. He's not coming back. I mean, he only got paid $6.8 million last year on the open market. He's going to probably get 13 to 15, maybe more. So, how are you going to replace that defense and those minutes out on the floor? So you need young guys, who don't cost much because, the Joker's going to get paid, and Murray and Gordon and the rest of the crew. So they got to go young, and hopefully they can hit on some young talent to build around. So we'll see what happens.
And there was another one I heard. I heard about the Knicks trying to get Paul George. So it's like a Paul George sweepstakes.
Well, I mean, it's probably the most peak time to try to trade for the guy. I mean, the Clippers just haven't got it done. It's like the Clippers are good, but problem is Kawhi hinders them because dude never plays. He never plays. seriously, if I was the Clippers, you might as well just not even play that guy in the regular season at all and just play him in the playoffs. Seriously. That's about all the use you're ever going to get out of that dude. That dude never plays in the playoffs. And if he does, it's marginal. He's an injury case. No offense. Other than the first year, he hasn't done much for the Clippers. I don't know who won that trade between the Clippers and the Spurs, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, the Spurs gave up a lot, but neither have done anything with it, so nobody really won.
Right. We don't even know.
I mean, no, well, Kawhi came from the Raptors, but whatever. The point is Raptors, Spurs, whatever, is nobody's won. I mean, the only one that won with Kawhi, since the trade was the Raptors because they got a ship. Because he doesn't hit that shot in the corner, they don't ever win nothing.
They probably wouldn't even win a title to begin with.
Exactly. So, other than that, I mean, that's what we're kind of seeing draft-wise. The Lakers made a trade with the Pacers, moving up from pick 47 to pick 40. But other than that, not too much else. I haven't seen anything else in the last hour. It looks like Charlotte's probably going to stay at number 2, which probably means Brandon Miller at 2, unless there's a trade. And it's looking more like the Blazers are going to keep the 3rd pick.
Right.
I don't,
and
it looks like that'll be Scoot Henderson, which then probably means, unless Portland goes on a major spending spree, Dame Lillard's probably going to want out. I mean, he says he wants to stay in Portland, but, man, you got to trade some pieces or something. I mean, you didn't make the playoffs. Looks like you're re-signing Jeremy Grant. Okay, so you got the 3, you got you, but the other 3 starters aren't all that great. Anthony Simmons, but the other, your bench is
not even that good.
Not exactly, and the other 2 starters are They're
probably like C minus.
So if you get Scoot Henderson, then you get him with Grant and Anthony Simmons, you still need a big. And you need bench depth. And your bench isn't all that good to start with, unless you can trade them away for something and then free up a whole bunch of cap space and go do something. Then again, your ownership group in Portland, Portland's kind of become like Indiana. They're too scared to go for it and go over. Like those teams, man, their owners are like cheap. Okay. Like they refuse to go above the luxury threshold. And when a superstar is about to get gone, they're going to try to trade him. I mean, Dame is different, I guess, because, it's Portland, Beautiful city and all. He probably likes it because, it's Portland. It's a nice city, beautiful area, low key. He can do whatever he wants. He's not going to get in trouble. And the police is too busy dealing with Antifa. So, hey,
right,
perfect for him. Exactly. Basketball's the biggest thing in town. So, you got to think that if they don't get some type of major thing going, that Dame Lillard's probably going to be available. And I don't know what the cost is going to be, but I mean, he put up 32 points a game last year. You know, he's 32 years old. At some point, you're wasting his best damn years.
Yeah.
Better trade him and get a haul.
Right.
This is the time. I mean, what do you think it's going to cost the team to get Dame? Me?
It don't make any sense.
Probably just as much of a cost for him as Kevin Durant. 3-4 first-round picks.
Okay.
Probably some other players. Because Portland's going to want young talent and draft picks in return. I mean, what teams can provide that? What could the Knicks provide, let's say, to get Dame and to pair him with, like, whatever the hell they got? You know, you got Brunson, right? They're not going to trade Brunson, but damn, Brunson and let's say Brunson, Julius Randle, and Dame. Man, all you need to do is go get a big.
Exactly.
You can go take. You can take some trash from the Trailblazers. You can trade them some of all. They got all these young players, right?
Right.
And then, you know, the Knicks got some young talent that's decent that they could trade. And then, man, you could have Brunson, Randall, Lillard, you know, and then you could add, you know, a big man somehow through free agency of talent. They could talk to the Pistons. The Pistons got a bunch of talented bigs available. You know, they're not going to trade Jalen Durant, but, you know,
right.
You could trade James Wiseman, get a nice, you know, then the Pistons could get something out of it. So, I mean,
I can see that.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't see Dame Lillard getting traded tonight, but man, you got to think that the sweepstakes is on if they don't do something here by like July 6th, let's say, when the moratorium pretty much hits, you know? So we'll see what happens with that. As for the draft tonight, well, Wemby 1, probably Brandon Miller 2, Scoot Henderson 3, you know, and then whatever Thompson brother, you know, the Rockets take at 4, leaving the Pistons at 5.
Okay.
You know, for the Pistons, the question is, take Taylor Thompson? Do you take Taylor Hendricks, Cam Whitmore, who I think is probably not going to be the guy? Do you trade with Utah? Because there's a rumor of the Pistons trading 5 for 9 and 16. I mean, that's something I would consider. You know, I would probably make your pick at 5. And if that's who Utah wanted and you wanted, then cool. And see what's available at 9. And if a guy you like at 9 is there, then maybe you make the trade, and then you can tell the Jazz who to pick at 16. Then you get 2 more pieces. You need a small forward. You need a point guard.
Bad.
And you need depth. So, I mean, there are things and pieces that these teams definitely need. I mean, the question is are they going to get it? I don't know what the Pistons are going to do tonight. They also pick at 31 in this draft. So, I mean, I honestly don't expect them to keep that pick tonight. I think they're going to trade that pick. Because that's a pretty valuable pick, the first pick in the second round. So most likely they're probably going to trade that pick, is what I'm going to guess. So we'll
Gotcha.
see what happens tonight. So,
Right. Or something that we
you
didn't even
know,
pay attention to, because I could see something like that.
yep, exactly.
And I was gonna say something with the Wizards trading their best players. I think the Wizards would more likely be like the worst team in the NBA for the upcoming season. I can see that. I don't know if you heard that one. I think we may lost them. Let me see. I think we did lose them. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, we may lost them. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, yeah, we did lose him. So he'll probably be right back. So if you're watching right now, this is the last show before college football season. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, leave a comment and tell us, like, if you have any questions, hey, let us know. You know what I mean? So feel free. And then I don't know what to do on my vacation. Who knows? But anyway, I will play a commercial from our good friend from Nerd Focus. Yep, and that was Nerd Focus. There's a nerd in us. I love that. All right, so it's right now it's 6:30, and there is. I'm looking at right now. I was looking on my phone, and it says that there are 4 MLB teams. 4 MLB teams can be soon available to free local TV, and that is I'm looking at right now. I know the Phoenix Suns is one of them. So right now is Utah. Let me look it up right now. So the regional sports network crisis could 4 MLB teams should be available on local free TV. Let's see. So Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns. I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at right now. So let's see. And the Golden Knights, I forgot about them. They are going to be on free local TV. So, as you know, Diamond Sports declared bankruptcy March of this year to continue broadcasting 4 MLB teams on Valley Sports Regional Networks. On July 1st, the company has payments due to the Twins, Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Cleveland Guardians. Used to be the Cleveland Indians. So January 15th, Diamond Sports must pay its quarterly rights fee to the Cincinnati Reds. So it's possible that the network could decide to drop one or more teams. So if that occurred, then that would have the right to sign a new TV deal with anyone. So including a local broadcaster such as the Suns, Golden Knight, and Jazz have done. And then there's also another news that Shannon Sharp may be heading to FanDuel. And if you did not know, FanDuel has a TV network. It used to be the racing channel called TVGN or the racing channel. I think it's the racing channel. Let me see. FanDuel. No. FanDuel TV. I'm trying to see what it was before it was FanDuel TV. Let's see. FanDuel TV. That was used to be. I want to say TV. Oh, it was TVG. I was close. That was TVGN because I was thinking TVGN was TV Guide Network, but now that's Pop. But it used to be called TVG, which was a horse racing channel. So there's FanDuel TV and there's FanDuel Racing, which was TVG2. All right. So I don't know how, if Shannon Sharp were to able to sign with FanDuel, I wonder if they're going to put that on YouTube or something, or how the show is going to be formatted. We'll see. So let's take a break and let's see if Anthony will be right back. Okay, so please stay tuned. Let me pause it right here. Oh, let me go. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Now, continue what you was going to say.
Oh, about the draft. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Going into tonight, all these teams got different needs. Obviously the Spurs, got win by, as I
Right.
predicted that he would be a Spur. And then you got Charlotte at 2. Perennial losers. Michael Jordan's the only winner because he sold the team for made $2 billion profit.
He's selling it.
Hey, what can you say? Can't blame him. He's MJ. You got the Blazers at 3.
Right. Especially with Nike deal. So can't blame him right there.
I mean, the question is, who's going to make the big deal tonight?
Right.
For somebody amazing. Is somebody going to pull the trigger for Zion and the po' boys and the fat booty chicks? I don't know.
Right. Big mistake.
Amazing
That's a big
talent. The
mistake.
guy just can't stay healthy. I don't know if that's because of New Orleans or he just no desire. Maybe he just needs to lead the South. I don't know.
Right.
He's got to stay committed.
Exactly.
He needs to go to a team. I think he needs to go to a veteran team that's winning to keep him in that commitment minded,
And stay focused.
thinking. New Orleans isn't that answer.
Right.
And there's too much to do in New Orleans.
Right. Especially Mardi Gras.
Team can make moves. I don't know what the Pelicans. That he could be that at the cap. Who knows? I mean, what could be that team? I don't.
The heck happened? I think he unmuted his microphone. I think you muted your mic. Okay.
We're back again.
All right.
As I was saying about Zion, when he's healthy,
You said
he plays at a top 15 player level. Problem is you only get him for half a year and it's never in the playoffs. It always breaks down. I mean, what's the most games that guy played in a season? 50, 60? I mean, like I said, are you going to get the true value? I don't know.
right. It's like 50-50.
I mean, if I could get the true value of that guy, man.
It will pay off.
I mean, teams that, could use that guy would be like the Pistons. Is it worth taking that risk with that core? I mean, what would it cost the Pistons? Probably a couple firsts. Probably Boron, Marvin Bagley. I mean, the Pistons are a team that could do it. Portland.
Oh, yeah, definitely Portland. They need a big guy. Memphis.
They could, but they're not. But they made their trade with Marcus Smart. They did their
Oh,
thing with Marcus Smart, so
okay,
they're
so
good there.
ain't gonna happen. In other words,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he kind of plays like that small forward tweener, like, and the jump shot isn't all that great. So he's kind of more of a power forward and a 6'8" power
yeah,
forward
center.
in a way. So you got to ask yourself what other teams could use him that could afford it. You know, if they're going to make that kind of trade, like I say, he's got to go to a contender. Maybe that would shape him up. I mean, Cleveland,
They're up and coming.
Miami.
They definitely need a big man. Well, Abadeo, of course, but they probably need another one.
Hey, if he was on the Heat with Jimmy Butler and another player, and they were able to keep Bam, I mean, it depends what you're going to end up giving them. Anyways, all right, what do we got for player props?
And like I said, for the player props, new customers can sign up, use an instant match deposit up to $100. So, as I said before, this is the last show before college football season because that's what I'm really most excited for. And then, of course, next month is the Crawford fight. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be I can't wait for that fight. Okay, so for the player props, there's not too many. Uh the starting pitcher for the Mariners, Brian Wu. They're playing against the Yankees, 6 strikeouts. I don't know if he heard from me for that one. Think we lost him again. Goodness gracious. They don't want us to do a show. My goodness. I don't know if he heard us. Huh. Oh my goodness. This is really terrible. Oh my goodness. This does not even look that good. Oh my goodness. Looks like we lost them. Huh. That ain't good. This is not so good. Oh boy. All right.
All right.
All right.
Technical
Let's try.
difficulties. We're sorry. Let's do the no house advantage.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because right now there's only one game so far for baseball. Okay, so right now the game we're doing is the Mariners and the Yankees. So for the Yankees, Brian Wu, 6 strikeouts.
Under.
Okay. So he says the under on that one. The next one is for the Yankees, Domingo German, 5.5 strikeouts.
I'll take the over.
All right. The next one, it is Gleyber Torres. Did I say his right name right?
Gleyber Torres.
1.5 hits, RBI, and runs.
I'll take the over.
Okay. Then the next one is Tesco Hernandez with 1 total base.
I'll take the under.
All right. And then last but not least, it is Ty France, 1.5 hits, RBIs, and runs.
I'll take the under.
All right. So like I said, that's only one game for baseball because, tonight is the NBA draft. So this is it for the 2022-23. And more likely we'll be back in August.
We'll be back in late August, once a week in late August. We're going to do a once a week show in August. And the Sports for America should by then have some new stuff. So we'll catch everybody then. Enjoy the summer, folks.
All right. And Cornelius Cole will be back on Wednesday. So just let you guys know that because I talked to him today.
So we'll see everybody we'll see everybody in the fall.